Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. All right, today's lesson is a three-stepper. It's a quick lesson. We want to learn how to say there's a lot to do, there was a lot to read, there has been a lot to contemplate. It's very easy. You take whichever form of haber you prefer to choose. Then you're going to take mucho or poco que. We're going to do our examples with mucho que, a lot to, because it's more common than saying there's a little to. So we're going to go with mucho que, but know that you can use poco. And then we're going to follow with an infinitive. Here are the infinitives we have for examples: to see, to think, to clean, to paint, to arrange or straighten out or fix, to do or make, to read, to sell, to repair, to eat, to drink, to converse or to talk about, to listen to try out, explain, to look forward to, anticipar, to consider, to review, and to contemplate. Okay? There is. Hay mucho que hacer. There's a lot to do. You're looking at something as a past action, completed, overdone, and you're saying, yeah, la semana pasada hubo mucho que hacer. There was a lot to do. Preterite, hubo mucho que hacer. You can use había for there was a lot to do. Había mucho que hacer. You're kind of putting yourself back in the past and reliving the past event, seeing it as an incomplete past action when you say había mucho que hacer. There was a lot to do. Habrá, there will be. Habrá mucho que hacer. There would be a lot to do. Habría mucho que hacer. There is going to be a lot to do. Va haber mucho que hacer. There was going to be a lot to do. Y va haber mucho que hacer. And there has been a lot to do. Ha habido mucho que hacer. Remember, the H is silent. So you've got two A's there. So it's basically ha habido, three syllables. Ha habido mucho que hacer. Let's go with ver. There is going to be a lot to see. Va haber mucho que ver. Let's go with pensar. There was a lot to think about. Había mucho que pensar. Or, depending on how you look at it, hubo mucho que pensar. Limpiar, there will be a lot to clean up. Habrá mucho que limpiar. Pintar, there would be a lot to paint. You're going to buy a condo complex, perhaps, if the contract goes through. Habría mucho que pintar. There would be a lot to paint. Arreglar, there's going to be a lot to fix. Va haber mucho que arreglar. Hacer, we did. Let's go with leer. There has been a lot to read in that college literature class. Ha habido mucho que leer. Vender, there was a lot to sell. Hubo mucho que vender or había mucho que vender, depending on your perspective. Reparar, there's a lot to repair. Hay mucho que reparar. There would be a lot to repair. Habría mucho que reparar. Comer, there was going to be a lot to eat. Iba a haber mucho que comer. Over here, to drink, there's a lot to drink. Hay mucho que tomar. There's a lot to talk about. Hay mucho que conversar. Escuchar, there'll be a lot to listen to. There'll be a lot of music to listen to. Habrá mucha música que escuchar. Habrá mucho que escuchar. Hace calor aquí, ¿verdad? Hace mucho calor. Probar, there will be a lot to try out. Habrá mucho que probar. There is going to be a lot to explain. Va haber mucho que explicar. There's a lot to look forward to. Hay mucho que anticipar. There will be a lot to consider. Habrá mucho que considerar. And contemplar, there's been a lot to contemplate. Frankly, there's been a lot to think about. Ha habido mucho que contemplar. If you wanted to say there isn't anything to, you could just put a no in front and change out mucho and poco with nada. For example, there's nothing to see. No hay nada que ver. There's nothing to think about. No hay nada que pensar. There's nothing to talk about. No hay nada que hablar or no hay nada que conversar. There's nothing to do. No hay nada que hacer. There's nothing to read. No hay nada que leer. You could take it in any tense. There will not be anything to do. No habrá nada que hacer. So you can take these and make a statement, or you can go negative and say no, put a big no in front, and then put here nada and come back with a K. Okay? There's nothing to repair. No hay nada que reparar. There has been a lot to think about. Ha habido mucho que pensar. There hasn't been anything to think about. No ha habido nada que pensar. There's nothing to say. No hay nada que decir. There's nothing to feel bad about. No hay nada que lamentar. There's nothing to look forward to. No hay nada que anticipar. There's nothing to listen to. No hay nada que escuchar. So no hay nada or no hubo, no había nada. There wouldn't be anything to do. You say, a kid says to mom and dad, we're going to go somewhere, blah, blah, blah. Kid says, no habría nada que hacer, mamá. There wouldn't be anything to do, mom. Okay? There wouldn't be anything to read. No habría nada que leer. There wouldn't be anything to see. No habría nada que ver. So, hay mucho is how to say there is a lot to do. Hay mucho que hacer. There was, hubo or había mucho que hacer. There will be, habrá mucho que hacer. There would be a lot to do. Habría mucho que hacer. There's going to be, va a haber mucho que hacer. There was going to be a lot to do. Iba a haber mucho que hacer. And there has been a lot to do. Ha habido mucho que hacer. And not on the big board, but you could put a substitution in here for mucho and poco. Change it to nada. Nada, and put a no in front. There's nothing to see. No hay nada que ver. There's nothing to think about. No hay nada que pensar. There's nothing to clean up. No hay nada que limpiar. There wasn't anything to clean up after the party ended. No había nada que limpiar. Everybody helped clean up after the party. How cool is that? Okay? There was nothing to do. No había nada que hacer. So keep that in mind. You can also add nada to our list and put a no in front. Okay? That's it. That's how you say there is a lot to do or there isn't anything to do. Or, frankly, no hay mucho que hacer. No había mucho que hacer. You can make all these negative by simply putting a no in front. There will not be anything to fix. No habrá nada que arreglar. There won't be anything to eat. No habrá nada que comer. There won't be anything to do. No habrá nada que hacer. There won't be anything to read. No habrá nada que leer. So you can put a no in front or keep it positive. And with the no in front, you can add nada, N-A-D-A. Okay? N-A-D-A. So again, there won't be anything to sell. No habrá nada, N-A-D-A. No habrá nada que vender. There won't be anything to look forward to. No habrá nada que anticipar. There won't be anything to explain. No habrá nada que explicar. Okay, even though nada is not written here, I want you to ingrain that in the language learning module. This lesson goes also with nada. I didn't think about it until we started the lesson, started recording. But now you know. Put nada, N-A-D-A up here, and put a parenthesis in front and put no in there, and know that you can make these negative or leave them positive. And if you're going to go with nada, you've got to have the no in front. Nada requires the no in front. Okay? Es todo por ahora. No hay nada más que enseñar. There's nothing left to teach. No hay nada más que revisar. There's nothing left to check. ¿Está bien? Ok. Es todo por ahora. Hasta la próxima lección. Gracias, amigos. Bye-bye.